Good morning, gamers! Welcome to another edition of Xbox Beyond the Box. I'm your host, Dragon Dust. Hey gamers, if you would please, before we get started, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. So gamers, what are we doing today? Well, we are talking about video games and how they help us. Because video games have a lot of applications as far as helping us mentally and physically. And we want to start covering that. We want to shine the spotlight on this and get everybody to realize video games are not bad. It's actually a very helpful thing. Now, I'm not saying that it's all great. You know, there are some downsides. We will be covering that later. But for now, sit back, relax as we cover how video games are helpful right here on Xbox Beyond the Box. So gamers, let's jump right into this on how video games help people who have cancer. Now, by no measure am I saying this is a cure, but it is a helpful aid. Video games can be really helpful. Take for instance, giving a kid who has cancer a video game, something to take their mind off their pain, off their hurt, and off their worry. It is an amazing help. Because let's face it, pain medication is not always going to work. You need to let your mind work a little bit too. You know, and the mind can be an amazing thing if you just let it. So with that being said, you know, giving a kid who has cancer, you know, a video game. Microsoft, I know, donates every so often. You know, gives video games to kids who have cancer. Also, adults who are going through the chemo, you know, can get lost in worlds such as Mass Effect, Elder Scrolls, or even Dragon Age, which is what I'm playing right now. It is a helpful thing. Also, I mean, it takes your mind off the worry, you know, because cancer, you've got to be thinking about it every day. You know, is this my last day? You know, what all do I got to, you know, prepare for? And it gives you a break from the everyday life. You know, me and my wife have lost people. I've lost my grandmother to cancer. She's lost countless friends to cancer. It's not a, you know, it's a very dark place to be when you know that someone has cancer and there's nothing you can really do. But, you know, with that being said, you know, if you do have someone who has cancer, get them into video games. Help them get lost for a little while. You know, and for those of you who are going, well, you know, how do you know this? Well, you know, on Bing, I read about it all the time. You know, there's countless studies, you know, because people are looking for anything to help cancer patients. And what we are finding out is video games are one of those things that, you know, helps you take your mind off pain, helps you take your mind off the worry for a little while. It makes you feel better for at least a little while. You know, like I say, it's not a, you know, great fix, but it is something to help people. And I mean, let's face it, you don't want to take drugs all the time, especially if you're going through chemo. You don't want to have more pills added to the mix. So with that being said, if you know someone who has cancer, you know, sound out in the comments below. You know, let us know what you think, because we really want to hear from y'all. And, you know, if you do have someone who has cancer, you know, you have our love and our support on that. This has been Xbox Beyond the Box. I've been your host, Dragon Dust. You know, y'all have a great day.